Hey y'all, check me out. I got a hazy circle background. This is progress. This is progress. I'd like a bolder one with like a stark outline, but I'm looking kind of legit right now. All right, to catch you up to speed, I'm making a productivity app. I'm trying to make some money before the end of the year. Every day I go on here and I just show you a little snippet about what I'm working on the current day. Recently, that's been a lot of chilling on Reddit. I, I like the first day was cool, and now I'm like, I kind of want to get off Reddit, but there's still a little more work to be done. Hold on. I'm selling. I'm selling in the internet way by just going out to communities, contributing, adding sneaky backlinks, adding not so sneaky backlinks, and I'm gonna continue doing it. There we go. So, last week, what I say I was gonna do? Last week I said I would reach out to 20 small creators or podcasters. Did that. Last week I said I'd post in like 5 niche communities, basically Reddit. I said I'd launch a lead magnet. Did that. Personality quiz. Get your productivity archetype. Go to the footer of compasscalendar.com and you can play around with it for free real quick. And then I said I would reach out to active users for feedback. Did that. Okay. Basically, this week, the same exact damn thing. It's it's not exactly crushing it, my efforts so far, but I might just need to put in more volume. The product has even gotten better in the last couple hours, in the last couple of days for sure. And so it's not a matter of, everyone coming to the app and then being like, this sucks, we're out. It's a matter of not enough people know about the app, which is my job. That's my job, to figure out how to stand out, how to get people excited, how to explain this better. And I've been trolling Reddit because Reddit has been a huge gold mine for me recently. Hey, Mahad. Oh, jeez, I'm sorry, man. Mahad Asif. Mahad Asif. My bad, bro. Reddit's been a gold mine for me. So I'm back again. But this time it's just been okay. So let me show you what I've done so far. We got some new stuff actually. I have been following the posts and sorting by top posts and seeing what do these top posts on Reddit have in common. And one thing I've noticed is they ask a question. They don't lead with the pitch. They don't have like a promo, 50% off Black Friday. No. The top ones have a question because it leads to high engagement. And then I think the trade-off is you'll get less conversion, but the conversion rate will be lower to clicking to your site, but you'll get just more total conversions. So let me just show you what I mean. Oh, I pronounced it well. Okay, sick. I think you're lying, but that's fine. The question I posted was, what's one paid productivity app you genuinely couldn't live without? I said there are tons of good ones that are free, and that's why I'm curious about this. If an app is worth paying for after the honeymoon phase, it must do something special. And then I say, for me, it's Superhuman. Now, this post initially flopped because I added a comment underneath saying, full disclosure, I'm the developer of a planner app and I'm trying to do some research, and people didn't like that. So they downvoted me quick, and then it wasn't opened up to more people. Then I deleted that comment and I saw the views went up, and then I got out of the negative with the upvotes, and now it's at 5.8K, which isn't great, but just look at this, 24 conversations in 20 hours, That's not bad, and I am getting some good intel, and I'm getting my name out there for the people who are on this subreddit nowadays. So that's one post. Um, some founders have found it and are pitching their own app. Um, yeah, another founder pitching. It's a mix of founders and people who actually have opinions and are just curious to answer the question. So that's one thread. Another thread was, let's see, Vibe Coder's Nest. I asked another question. I asked, has anyone vibe coded a calendar app? This one, I kept the full disclosure in there, but it seems to be doing better. I think this crowd is just a little different than the productivity app ones. 1.2K views, some 15 engagements too. So the question scenario is working, at least for getting it out there. I haven't done my follow-up pitch yet, but I'm warming up the audience to do that. Mahadasif says, what's your tech stack and your advice for someone who are just starting in the tech field? Tech stack is Next.js for the landing page, React, and MongoDB on the actual app, with Express, and just there's some older stuff, React testing library. Actually, the best place, I forget the tech stack sometimes. Here we go. React, TypeScript, Node, Google Cloud, MongoDB, Redux, Express, Socket.io, Webpack, Yarn, Style Components, although we're moving to Tailwind finally, Jest, Testing Library, and ngrok. And a lot of these are old in web development terms. Redux, Express, Style Components, definitely Yarn, even Webpack. And that's because I started this 4 or 5 years ago. So it's just I haven't had to change them yet. But they're not what I would recommend necessarily. But for advice, someone starting in the tech field, I would say pick a framework, just learn it, and then get good at helping people. I feel like that's what we're really doing here. We're not making software or making apps, but we're trying to help real people, and that gets lost in all the tutorials and the job hunts and just showing up to work and following orders. It's like we have a cool skill, which is we can create at one of the highest levels, kind of anything now. And if you can get good at creating stuff that helps people, you're going to be great. In my case, I'm trying to create something that helps people plan their day, plan their week, plan their current focus. Speaking of, so we got the week planner here, a little month task list here, a little week task list here. You can plan that way. You can plan your day to lock in on Monday, tasks here, and then you can plan your current focus. And it's like a simple, straightforward app, but I guess what I'm trying to say is I built this to try to help myself, but also to help other people who want just like a down-to-earth way to manage their day and their time. And it doesn't even matter about the tech stack, really. I could have written this in Angular or Bootstrap or just straight up HTML. So I feel like if you just get laser focused on trying to help people, you're gonna be great. Pep talk over. Good question though. I wish I asked questions like that when I was first starting. Yeah, has anyone vibe coded a planner app? Right, so I asked this question. I feel like I did like one or two more things on Reddit. Let's see. Productivity apps, vibe coders. Talking to people on the R open source one. I'm going to post on R open source soon with my own little pitch, but I was waiting to get some reps in. There's a couple where it's like a thread where it's like post your startup, like pitch Okay, here we go. Side project. Yeah, right. Side project. I found a bunch of screenshots and designs and made a little slideshow here. It's 14 seconds, but I think the title is Steady Progress for 5 years or something like that. It's a bit hyperbole because it's not like I've been doing this every single day for 5 years. I took a year break, and then in the first like 2 or 3 years, I was on and off with life and just not being disciplined and not trying to actually help people. But the last year, every day I've been locked in. But anyway, I think it's kind of cool. You see, this is how it started. Just a cute little page with some markers, and then this was the first PR. I think I started with auth, which was a mistake, rookie mistake. Add in Google early on, took a lot of time. But you see some ideas that stayed, some ideas that didn't. Yeah, so this one, not many views on this one, 168. I thought this one would pop a little more. But I guess this goes to show I don't have like a perfect sense of what is good yet. I'm trying to create the framework. What I got right now, let me just share my open notes with you. If you're going to post on Reddit, here's what I would suggest. As someone who got at one time 500,000 views on one post, like I had one post that did good. Let me say that genuine questions work because it makes people feel important when they answer. So I feel like they feel useful, and it feels good to be useful as long as the question was genuine and not just some kind of rhetorical question to pitch your app. So, for example, what do you guys use to take notes? This is the actual post. One of the top posters, top 1% posters, 300 upvotes, ton of engagement. Simple. What do you guys use to take notes? I personally use Google Keep. It's simple and quick. Like that seems authentic. That seems genuine. No long ramble. It's just like screenshot, boom. Question. Here's another question. What AI calendar or productivity app actually improved your day-to-day life? No, I did not post this one. Someone else did. And it got a ton of upvotes. I think it's because it's been like, what's something that cuts through the noise? How do I get the signal from the noise? So you're actually helping a lot of people with your answer, and a lot of people have some nuanced thoughts here. I think I chimed in on this one somewhere actually. Yeah, I did. I'm at the bottom here. Didn't get seen much, but maybe it will in the future. Okay, so ask a question next. Just lead straight out the gate with like value. For example, I tried a ridiculous number of productivity apps, so you don't have to. So it's like, yeah, it's about me. I tried, but I'm doing it for you. And I compiled a free community spreadsheet. And I did take a look at this, and I actually emailed them and said, hey, you guys should check out Compass and add it here if you like it. But cool resource. Look at 2 other people are looking at it right now, even 13 days ago. So lead right out the gate with value. Here's another one in that category. I built a completely free summary site because I wanted one for myself. Okay, so it's not so much about you, but the completely free, and it sounds like genuine because he wanted it for himself. So let's see the post. This was like top of the month or something. Yeah, and he doesn't even add the link, and he gets someone to say where, and then he adds the link. Cool. Finally, minimize the pitch, add a hyperlink, and make it short. People don't like feeling as if the whole post was a sneaky ad. So there was one like humble brag where it's like, I finally did it. And it was a whole novel about how great this guy is. And then he makes like a bunch of money a month doing his app. And then the comments were like, this is just a huge ad. It just like the tone was off. It wasn't about the audience. And so basically, I guess what all these three have in common is like, don't make it about you right out the gate. Make it about others. But then after making it about them, then they might be curious about you because you actually help them in some way. And so then you have permission to quickly, add a little bit about you or your app or whatever you're pitching. Those are my golden rules so far. I'm going to keep this in mind when I add my own little Reddit post. That was my tour through Reddit so far. And just to preview what else we got coming up. Once I finally do craft my post on the big one here, I'm going to create a Facebook campaign for the Productivity Archetype Lead Magnet, which is a quiz I made last week. And then I'm going to, since I've been posting a lot on my pages, I don't think this itself warrants its own post unless I get a lot of feedback from it. So I'm going to spend some money, not a ton of money, but some money, just validating whether it's useful at all to strangers. And if strangers love it, I'll have some anecdotes, I'll have some feedback, I'll have some data, some stats. Then I'll bring it into my audience because I don't want to overshare in my network unless I know it's good stuff. If it's the good stuff, then I'll share as much as I want. Up to a point, but if it's like on the fence and I'm already sharing other stuff about the app or some behind the scenes, I don't want to overwhelm them with a mediocre or like a lukewarm share. Looking back at this like a week later, I still think this is sick, just how easy it is. The content is actually good still, if you ask me. Like, these are accurate and simple and quick. So I still stand by this, but I'm not the judge. It's going to be the random people on the internet who find it. They're going to determine if it was actually useful at all. And I'm excited to try Facebook. I tried Reddit in the past, Reddit ad, and I didn't do it super well because I used an AI image and it totally flopped. Actually, maybe I can find it still. It's probably on this account. Advertise on Reddit. I remember it flopping hard, but I also remember it being like kind of intoxicating, just being able to in one click get in front of so many people. If you don't have a massive audience, it's like so hard to get in front of that many people at will. And so to do that here, yeah, these campaigns, daily commit, this is for like a community. I was prototyping a community of software engineers, and I was going to run a daily challenge where you post about what you're going to do and whether you did it, basically, in a Discord channel. And it's like I wonder if they got rid of the data. That's crazy. No. Let's see. I remember getting a good amount of impressions and like almost 0 clicks. Dang, I'm sure there's a way I can pull it up, but just take my word for it. I did spend the money, and it did happen. It did happen, and I wasn't super skilled at it, but that's to be expected, I guess. So yeah, more marketing, and let me just give you a product update. Per request, and just by intuition, we added. Well, let me explain what the now thing is. So you're in your day, you had your tasks, and now you're like, all right, it's time to lock in, baby. It's time to cut out all the noise, time to forget about the upcoming events, time to forget about all the other tasks. It's time to just lock in on one thing and just do one thing until it's done. Then you go now, or you click one or type one, and then you see this. So this is your event title. And then in here, you can add a description. Do this, la, 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 king in the castle. So that's new. I think it'll be nice way to stay on the screen, but still structure your thoughts a little bit. I'd imagine some like rich text editing would be coming soon if I hear it from users that they actually use this and want it. But what I mean is just bullet points, numbers, bolds, hyperlinks, whatever. Standard stuff to start out with. I'm sure there's some libraries that let you do it out of the gate too. So this and some bug fixes, and we added the command palette too, so it's here. So little things, the little things. This week on the product side, it's more bug fixes, and it's more chipping away at little things. The bigger thing is being able to edit and add like events here. I'm clicking and nothing's really happening. So we're working on that too. Seems like an obvious no-brainer feature. So y'all, I'm going to keep this one short just like the other two. Stick around next time to see how Reddit marketing goes and build some more lead magnets and just get good at trying to convince the internet to care. It's harder than I would have thought before I started making the stuff, but it's possible. I'm gonna figure this out. And I booked a podcast or two in the last week, so that we got one concrete win there. I will be on a podcast yapping about this app and everything very soon. So, all right, that's it for this stream. See you in the next one. Thank you.